everyone, this is Mr. Assassin and I'm here today to do Toriko chapter 369, What is God? And the chapters this week have been taking me by surprise because last week was Golden Week and the chapters didn't come out, but I wasn't expecting them to come out on Monday. I mean, it was a total surprise for me. So I have to do the chapters today even though I have a full schedule. So again, I'm sorry for this, but I will have to do a quick review of the chapters today. So getting into this chapter of Toriko this week, it's all about the hype on God. And yes, we all are all right, God was a frog, but not any type of frog. The frog, he looks majestic. I don't know how else to say it, but he looks majestic. Like he's some kind of frog king or something with his mustaches and everything. Like I like the way God looks, and the way God looks at them, at Toriko and the others, is like God doesn't give a fuck. Like he doesn't care. Like he gives Toriko and the others some glances. He looks with one eye like, I'm going to eat you. And his capture level is over 10,000.
It's over 9,000!
So 10,000 capture level. And now we realize why in last week's chapters the Battle Wolf was calling for all the kings, the 8 kings. Because this guy, God, is more powerful than a Battle Wolf. Than the Battle Wolf Guinness. If you can imagine that. He's more powerful than that guy. So he needs all the kings to take him out. Because according to Gigi, every couple of hundred of years when the Gourmet eclipse occurs, it's not the cold and the winter that is killing the animals. God is killing the animals because God starts his rampage through the planet and he eats everything in his sight. So according to Gigi, Center creates life, and that was a shocker. A shocker. Center gives life and God takes life. Like everything that is born through Center must eventually go to God. So it's the same kind of thing that Ichigo was talking about 2 chapters ago, like everything has a beginning and an end. It's a cycle. Like the energy they have and the energy of this universe has been spilled out of another universe and it must return. That was the same thing, the same concept Ichigo was talking about, the conservation of energy. And same thing here. Everything that is born through Center, and I have no idea how that happens, but it happens. Everything that is born through Center now must return to God. Meaning God must eat it and become even more greater. Now, what's even more shocking about God, according to Gigi, is his size. Like, Gigi has lived on this planet for thousands of years, and never has he seen a God this big. And according to Gigi, every couple of hundred of years God appears in the Gourmet eclipse, but all that he has saw so far was just tadpoles, little tadpoles of God. And we see in this chapter that when God comes from out of the crust of the earth, thousands of tadpoles go with God and then they just attach themselves to God. In some sort, God is made out of tadpoles. It's weird, but it is what it is. And according to Gigi, all he saw in the previous eclipses were the tadpoles. He never saw God this big. But since this is the final Gourmet eclipse, it would make sense that God will come out, has come out himself. So yeah, it's great. It's great. And again, I like the design of God. I don't know why, because he's just a frog, but I like the design of God. It reminds me of Naruto and the frogs. And anyway, we never got to explore that world in Naruto, where the frog kingdom and the snake kingdom and all the others. It doesn't matter. Let me not deviate. The fact of the matter is that God tries to eat them, and they block God's tongue. Like Toriko does a fork shield, Zebra does a sound wall, Sturgeon does a fire shield, and they block his tongue, but his tongue ricochets and goes into the moon. And then God pulls the moon down and he eats the moon. He eats the moon. Like, this is crazy. And I was sure that Dawnfline has broke the moon when he jumped to Neo the first time. But it seems like it wasn't the moon. It was just some meteor. Because right now, it is clearly stated that God has ate the moon. And if they don't have more moons, because this historical world, mind you, is not our world, but they might have more moons. Who knows? But anyway, the frog, God eats the moon. Right after he eats the moon, his tongue goes at it again, and this time they block it, but he manages to get Komatsu, and he eats Komatsu. Like, this was a shocker for me, because Komatsu was right there behind them, and I thought they blocked the attack, but apparently the frog got Komatsu, and Zeba put a sound armor around Komatsu just before he got ate, and Sunny attached some hairs onto Komatsu, so now Komatsu is in the stomach of the frog, but he's protected by Zebra's sound armor, and Sunny can feel that Komatsu is okay with his hair that was attached to Komatsu. So Komatsu is okay, but he's inside of the stomach of God. And now they have to save him, so they are running out of time. They have to save him, and they also have to eat God, because Gigi was telling them to step aside, to be careful with God, and Toriko was, I think you're confused. We all came here to eat God, so we're not going to step back. We're going to defeat this frog, and we're going to eat it. And at the same time, we see Joe going to God, and we see Acacia and Pear going to God. So this battlefield might be the last battlefield, because everyone is gathering here, and that's basically the chapter. So I don't have time right now to give my impressions, but this was a wow chapter, and to think that God himself is more powerful than the battle with Guinness is insane. His capture level is over 10,000. Now, I don't know how they're going to beat him, because they couldn't even beat Guinness. Like, Guinness punked them. So maybe they're going to have some help from the 8 Kings, but this is going to turn out in a clusterfuck, because Neo is going to be there with Acacia, with the Blue Nitro, with Joey, and on the other side there's going to be the 4 Heavenly Kings with Gigi, and the 8 Gourmet Kings like Guinness, Bambina, and all the others, and God in the middle. So this is going to be a great fight. But that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.